Good evening, I'm Lorianne Richardson, President and CEO of the Millbrae Chamber of Commerce, and we want to thank you on behalf of the city and the Chamber for joining us this evening for Mayor Ann Schneider's State of the City address, which will highlight the highs and the lows of the previous year, which was Millbrae's 75th anniversary year. We hope you'll also join us for the tree lighting coming up on December 2nd. It's at 5 p.m. at City Hall. It's going to be a lot of fun and singing, and we'll even have some hot chocolate for you. So if you're free, please come out. And this holiday season, as always, we hope you'll support our local businesses and merchants by shopping as much as you can in Millbrae. Not only does it help the merchants, but their local tax dollars give the city vital funds that they need for city services. Now, a little bit about our keynote speaker tonight. Mayor Ann Schneider is currently serving her second term as mayor. She was elected to Millbrae City Council in 2015, serving her first term as mayor in 2020. Mayor Ann is a local girl. She grew up in Millbrae. She attended Meadows Elementary School, Taylor Middle School, and Cappuccino High School, as I'm sure some of you did too. She earned her bachelor's degree from UCLA, where she was also on the swim team, and later earned her master's of environmental science at the University of San Francisco. Let's see. That led to her 30-year career in the zero waste field, including serving as the City of San Jose's commercial recycling manager, and she was also the director of recycling and market development for UC Santa Cruz. So please welcome the mayor of Millbrae, the Honorable Ann Schneider.
Good evening, and I am so glad to have everyone here. This is the first time we have been in person since 2019, so coming back from the COVID years on that. Before I go into my speech, I just want to recognize, well, hold on to that. We'll come back. Starting formally, hello, City of Millbrae, and welcome to the 2023 Millbrae State of the City Address. There are many people I want to recognize today, starting with my colleagues on Millbrae City Council, Vice Mayor Maurice Goodman, Councilwoman Angelina Cahalan, Councilwoman Gina Pappen, and Councilman Andrews Fung, who will be stepping in a few weeks. I would also like to recognize all of our committee and commission members here, so bear with me as I go around the room. I want to say thank you to our planning commissioners. We've got Nathan Chan and Kathy Quigg, and I saw Maureen Davis came in right at the end, and Maureen Davis. We have our Millbrae Community Enhancement Advisory Committee Chair, Jean Wong. We have our sister city members, Kathleen Kimura, Vice Chair, John Muniz, who I've known for decades now, and I'm looking for other commissioners. We have our Senior Commissioner, Vice Chair, Marlene McBride, and Rochelle has just joined us tonight. So if I missed any commissioners and committee members here. Oh, we've got our Economic Vitality Committee members. We've got Alice Kwong. Thank you, Alice. And we've got our Millbrae Culture Arts Advisory Committee Chair, Amy Kelly Lauer, or Amy Lauer Kelly on that. So hopefully I've gotten everyone there. I would like to thank and recognize all those who have served in the past and continue to serve our growing community in various capacities, and some of you, or at least your groups, will be mentioned as we work down here. I want to recognize Tom Williams, our city manager, and the talented staff that work alongside him. So we've got everyone here in the back row on there. They have continued to work tirelessly and diligently to protect and improve our community and ensure that Millbrae remains a prospering city that we are proud to call home. Last but not least, I want to thank the Millbrae Chamber of Commerce and Millbrae Community Television, so Lori Ann and Sarah as the executive director, and our beloved MCTV staff for hosting this year's State of the City address and their continued work to assist in keeping the community informed of what's happening here in the city of Millbrae. Tonight's address focuses on major accomplishments that we have accomplished as a city in the last year and the prospering future for the city of Millbrae. It is important to me that we not only focus on next year, but that we focus on the next 5 years, the next 10 years, and beyond. And that is something we actually have been doing, whether you've all noticed it or not. Long-term economic development is our way of focusing on the future. We're living in a time of extraordinary change, change that is refreshing, reshaping the way we live, work, and interact with each other. With change comes promise for our city's future and opportunities for economic growth for the city. Economic growth is critical for our ability to provide basic services and bring services we've never been able to afford before and are critically needed now, like basic childcare, food security, safety for our residents due to climate change from flooding, wildfires, heat waves, and recreational services for the better health of all of us. Before I share the plans laid out for the future of the city of Millbrae, I want to share with you some of the major accomplishments that we have had within the last year. Our city is growing rapidly with housing and commercial developments, community projects and programs, as well as with increased job opportunities and accessibility. Sustainability with Millbrae is a top goal to ensure that we continue to flourish as a community for the generations to come. And as you know, it's sort of high on my priority list. So you're going to hear a lot about this. The city of Millbrae has countless sustainability programs that focus on conserving energy, solid waste management, limiting air and water pollution, as well as water conservation. These programs lay the groundwork for a sustaining and viable future for our future generations. This year, the city focused on innovative greenhouse gas reduction programs such as our multi-jurisdictional bike sharing program, our Safe Routes to School program, and walk audits. We launched the bike program in partnership with the City of Burlingame and the operator Spin as an alternative to driving, as we received a $200,000 grant funded by Measure W, provided by San Mateo County Transportation Authority to support the program. Since the launch of this program in May, there have been over 5,200 trips taken by those bicycles everyone is seeing around town, by over 1,600 different users for approximately 7,000 miles that otherwise would have been car trips. So that is a huge improvement on that project, or based on that project. We were selected for the 2023 School Travel Fellowship for Safe Routes to School, which is called SRTS, to work with the county and Alta Planning Plus Design to improve crossings in school zones at Green Hills Elementary and Millbrae Elementary schools. This will increase the number of students who can walk safely and bike safely to school instead of traveling by car. And I would encourage all of you to go and look at these facilities. And now they've added something brand new, bright yellow, yield for students. Doesn't say yield for students, but it's bright yellow signs to encourage all of us to slow down so our little ones can get to school safely. We conducted walk audits, and with these walk audits, we'll be expanding to the other schools with funding allowed to make sure that all our children can get to school safely. And then we can demonstrate these projects and put in long-term permanent safe walking and riding to schools. As a city, we made large strides in integrated waste management by reducing waste to landfills. Working in collaboration with our local businesses and commercial accounts, we were able to move businesses into compliance with SB 1383 and reach an outstanding 90% compliance rate with all our businesses. Now, I know you are all asking what SB 1383 is. It is actually an incredible law in California that asks all of us, each one of us, to remove organics from our garbage. And the reason we do that is once it's in a landfill, it turns into methane. And landfills are the #4 source of methane. And methane is worse for climate change than carbon dioxide. So for our city and for all of you, this is huge, getting all of those organics out. There's also another real good component of this program. Restaurants and public events and supermarkets throw away quite a bit of edible food, or what we call human edible food. This program requires cities to collect 20% of that and get that to people who need and go hungry. And we learned through COVID that 1 in 4 people in San Mateo County go hungry. So SB 1383 is helping get that food to food banks to get that food out to people in need. This is really good work, and all of us have been participating on that, and I thank you for that. In addition, we exceeded the state annual procurement target. So not only do we have to create compost, we have to find a place to put it. And we exceeded our purchasing agreement by 229%. We are going above and beyond, using 540.2 tons of organic products. So all of you who participated in the compost giveaways, you are part of that solution and part of our compliance with 1383. And we'd like to say thank you to our partners, South City Scavenger, Napa Recycling, and AgroMin, who creates that compost. And it is a requirement under this law that we purchase this. In addition, all of our food scraps goes to, in vessel, I'll get very jargony here, it goes into a composting operation that creates biomethane. And our garbage trucks and zero waste trucks, as they move down the street, are actually using biomethane, which is providing a market. It's also green. It also means we are not using oil or gas from out of the ground on there. So a program is solving multiple solutions here. We've also remained water conscious in Millbrae by enacting Water Shortage Contingency Plan Stage 2, which was designed in part to mitigate the effects of a water supply shortage. We hosted a rain barrel distribution event at the library parking lot and processed over 75 rain barrel rebates. We are also going to be pushing out a rain garden program and other programs to try to keep stormwater on our properties, and we're going to come back to that. The city remains dedicated to making choices that are better for the environment and generations to come. This past October, City Council approved an ordinance prohibiting the installation of synthetic grass and artificial turf consistent with new state laws which go into effect on January 1st, 2024. The unregulated use of this material has been found to have an adverse effect on public health and safety, stormwater management and pollutant discharge, groundwater recharge, soil biodiversity, and neighborhood character. Synthetic grass and artificial turf function as a barrier that limits the absorption of groundwater, resulting in pooling and greater runoff during storm events. As much as the city of Millbrae is located on a hillside, this reduction in absorption presents a significant risk to the city storm drain capacity and the overall capacity of the city's stormwater system. Plastics and microfibers are also released, contaminating the bay, local streams, and aquatic life. This continued success and efforts remain an environmental efficient and aware community activity. I want to recognize our Public Works Department, which works relentlessly around the clock to maintain city infrastructure and provide exceptional service to our community. Without our water crews, street crews, sewer crews, engineering, and parks unit, we would not have withstood last year. The flooding of 2021, the flooding of 2023, and the trees that fell down, if we remember that, in February of 2023. And they worked fearlessly and tirelessly for very, very long stretches on that. Throughout the storms, we experienced isolated flooding and minimal damage throughout the city due to their diligent work. The crews worked continuously to clear storm drains, inspect trees, ensure the sanitary sewer pumps were primed and ready for use. No matter the time of day, these crews were ready to work and remained dedicated until the job was done. In addition to their exceptional storm preparedness and management work, there are many other projects these teams have accomplished in the last year to improve our roads and infrastructure. We completed the 2022 pavement maintenance project, which consisted of slurry sealing 209,300 square feet of pavement. And just so that everybody can remember the work, since it happened a few months ago, we did Palm Avenue between Richmond Drive and Taylor, Millbrae Avenue between Magnolia and South El Camino Real, Millwood Drive between Magnolia and Broadway, Queen Anne Court, Dumont Court, Santa Susana Avenue between Juanita Avenue and Park Boulevard, La Prenda between Alta Loma and Hillcrest Boulevard, Santa Florida Avenue between Juanita Avenue and Park Boulevard, El Benito Way, and Millbrae Circle. The 2022 pavement rehabilitation project also replaced several selected pavement areas. This was in keeping with doing sewer pipe expansions so that we could better handle flood control. It included grinding and disposing of pavement, placing aggregate base and pavement overlay, restriping, replacement curb, gutter, and driveways, and installing ADA ramps on the following streets: Lori Lane, Santa Barbara between Lameda and Bayview Avenues, Larkspur Drive between Helen Drive and to the end of the street, Upper Hillcrest, and portions of Upper Hillcrest that were part of the Subbasin 4 rehabilitation project. This replaced 4,600 linear feet, 6 inches and 8-inch diameter sanitary sewer main laterals, cleanouts, manhole frames, and covers. And these are on what we call the tree streets. That was the 300 block of Palm Avenue, Hazel Avenue, Laurel Avenue, Ashton, as well as the work going on right now on Almanar and El Paseo between Hillcrest and Taylor Boulevard. So those, we're almost done with those streets right there. Other public works programs. I was excited, as was the rest of council, to participate in the water tank ribbon cutting ceremony this July to celebrate the completion of a 1.5 million gallon Skyline water tank. This project constructed a new concrete tank to replace 2 aged steel tanks and now provide water to the community. This was done also for earthquake preparedness. These tanks were not under the new earthquake guidelines on that. It was a collaboration between Millbrae Public Works staff, Pacific Hydrocheck Cooperation, Waterworks engineers, as well as the city of Burlingame for their partnership and allowing us to, and providing us water while those tanks were down. Truly, it's a greater community project. These tanks are, as I said, critical in public safety programs by ensuring that we can maintain water pressure in the event of earthquakes and control any fires that may come as a result of an earthquake. We are looking forward to some exciting new projects coming up. We're going to do complete renovations from design to reconstruction of Bayside Manor Park and Marina Vista Park. These reconstructions will include new basketball courts, grass playing areas, and playground equipment with ADA improvements. Each park will also add trees for shade, noise abatement, and absorb carbon, as well as pollinator plants for planet survival. We look forward to the future. We have been working on creating a more inclusive playground for our diverse community. I would like to commend our recreation staff who work throughout the year to bring us exceptional events such as Beats, Brews, and Vines concert series and our Millbrae Go to the Movies. As a local favorite event, Millbrae Goes to the Movies has now been extended into the fall and winter months in the Great Room at the new Recreation Center. It's been so much fun to see the Recreation Center utilized the past year for community events. In January, we kicked off our 75th anniversary celebration. The event took place on January 14th, 2023, and it used the entire Recreation Center, allowing the community to see just where they can hold future events and to have fun as we celebrate our 75th anniversary. We held our first annual Juneteenth celebration in June, which was a fantastic event and brought the community together. And I'm going to give a shout out to the Vice Mayor and to San Mateo Community College District, who worked so hard in bringing entertainment and inspirational speakers to that event. And I can only hope it will grow in the future. We would not be the diverse community we are today without the many community groups that help enhance the community and culture of Millbrae. Through the work and events of our community groups, we have become the city of festivals. And we're coining that. I'm hearing other council members coining it. I think it's one of our new terms, the city of festivals, on that. We want to thank everyone for the Millbrae Art and Wine Festival, Millbrae Car Show, Lunar New Year Festival, Mid-Autumn Festival, the Japanese Cultural Festival, the Kids Carnival, Monster Mash, which was the Lions' new Halloween event, now at the Rec Center, Dia de los Muertos, and I hope I haven't forgotten any of them. We truly are a city of festivals. And with that, a huge thank you to our community groups, Millbrae Lions and Leos, Millbrae Rotary, Millbrae Cultural Committee, Japanese Cultural Festival Committee, the Millbrae Education Foundation, and the Millbrae Chamber of Commerce. As Chamber CEO Lori Ann said, we've got a couple more events coming up just shortly, so just put this on your list. We have the holiday tree lighting on December 2nd, and that same day, the Millbrae Museum hosts the Christmas gala or Christmas event at the train station. So this is a great event for kids at the train station on that. And then we will have our rotation on December 12th on that, where you will see a new set of leadership here in Millbrae. So again, we couldn't do it without the collaboration of all the community groups. We applied for the Working Together to End Homelessness Innovation Grant from the San Mateo County Board of Supervisors to obtain funding to continue the great work and success of the pilot program with Life Moves. The city was awarded this grant this past December, which allowed us to extend our partnership with Life Moves for a program now called Millbrae Homeless Engagement Local Program, or HELP, which provides 2 social workers to conduct homeless outreach at the Millbrae BART station and now in downtown Millbrae. And this will run through June of 2024. As the last stop on BART's Peninsula route, Millbrae is inundated by homeless individuals who are forced off the train by BART police after the final run of the day. Homeless counts conducted revealed that more than 95% of the homeless population in Millbrae are individuals removed by BART. Funding these positions was a critical step in addressing homelessness in Millbrae. We are thankful to Supervisor Dave Pine for his work with us in addressing the issue. The new initiative takes the collaborative and proactive approach of connecting unhoused individuals with housing, food, and medical assistance instead of resorting to police intervention. The last year, this has been a monumental project and represents the future of Millbrae. But we also got to have many other openings and groundbreakings this year. We welcome the Gateway at Millbrae project. It is open, and very soon you're going to be seeing all the new restaurants and businesses moving in downtown. So if you're not already on the city's notification list and the chamber notification list, look for them. A host of restaurants and other businesses will be moving in shortly on that. For Millbrae, Gateway represents new vitality, new life, and new opportunities. Our goal is to make this lively daytime and nighttime destination with many inviting spaces to gather and numerous displays of public art. With Gateway, we embrace our future. The project includes a mixed-use transit-oriented development, including a mix of 300 residential units, 15,000 square feet of office and retail space, and 165,000 square foot hotel with public parking on 3.5 acres in Millbrae that used to be a surface parking lot. That hopefully is our future for all of our surface parking lots, coming back as mixed-use housing. The 80-unit Veterans Preferred Affordable Housing building is also open and fully occupied. And we celebrated the Resident Inn's grand opening in March. This hotel is a wonderful new addition to our current hotels and helps make the city more vibrant and builds on what we have. And if you have not, look for a future mixer at the hotel up on the 5th floor, which has 2 outdoor balconies overlooking both the airport and the Gateway project. Make sure you join the chamber and join me in coming to this event and seeing what a great new resource it is for Millbrae for event space. In addition to these developments, the Millbrae Station project will be home to an 850,000-foot life science campus developed by Alexandria and Longfellow Development Companies. Icon Therapeutics leased 285,000 square feet of this space and will become our first corporate headquarters in Millbrae. This is really exciting and transformative. And it's going to bring more than 3,000 jobs to the city of Millbrae. And I would point out, Millbrae has historically been a bedroom community. We provide the housing for most of the communities adjacent to us in San Francisco. We are now creating a strong job base here. I want to highlight the work of our city staff who continue to monitor the city's finances. And I don't see Mike's son here, but to our entire finance committee, congratulations for 2 awards. Certificate of Achievement for Excellent in Financial Reporting for the fiscal year of 2021, and Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for fiscal year 2022-2023. As an 8-year elected official, I can tell you I used to get the public asking me, why don't we have an audit committee? I don't get those anymore because we have taken huge strides in getting the budget up to the website, providing pie charts to simplify how people can look and see where our money comes from and what we spend it on. And a huge thank for that to the city manager and our entire finance team. Our current adopted budget for fiscal year 2023 and 24 allows for more growth and helps to meet the needs of our community, focusing on promoting public health and safety, fostering economic prosperity, ensuring the physical, cultural, and social well-being of the city, and maintaining and operating the city's public facilities and infrastructure in order to serve and support the public and private sectors within the city. Allergies. This last year, the city of Millbrae elevated its accessibility and access to residents by integrating Millbrae Works, a report management system powered by SeeClickFix. And I would ask everybody who's actually filed one out there, it's a tremendous way of us collecting data on what needs to happen. As we undertook to complete this refresh of the city's website with Civic Plus, we've refreshed every page, and I encourage everyone to go and look at the website. It is improving our communication between city staff and the community and our members of the community. The new website was launched last week and will allow Millbrae to accomplish greater functionality while increasing resident engagement by offering more dynamic content and more timely news through a set of robust features, well-designed layout, and functionality. The new Civic Plus website will be a tool that will continue to grow and evolve to meet the community's needs. Public safety. It's our utmost importance. It's the #1 service cities provide to our residents. To continue to improve public safety, we have added an additional 2 deputy sheriffs to be assigned to Millbrae. And this has nothing to do with La Quinta. This is 2 that we were working on to budget to help with Millbrae and the impacts we have, frankly, of being an end-of-the-line BART station. The Millbrae Police Bureau has been focusing on community engagement. Currently, the Downtown Foot Patrol and the Walking Beat were initiated to develop relationships with community members and business owners. Additionally, another goal of this program is to create law enforcement visibility within the city of Millbrae and to deter criminal activity. Another goal of ours is housing development, as it is a goal for the state of California. The state itself must build 2.5 million more homes in the next 8-year housing cycle, and no less than 1 million of those homes need to be for lower income people. Millbrae is doing its part to reach this goal with consistent developments up and coming. The Anton development will include 378 residential units, sadly replacing the El Rancho Inn, but new housing, as well as the Rollins, which has 79 new apartments affordable to low-income households and right next to the transit station. In addition, what used to be Office Depot now has plans to transform into a multi-purpose building structure. Much care and attention to detail went into designing this new building that will be the home to 278 multifamily dwelling units, 17,210 square feet of ground floor commercial space, and the project will include 26 units designated for very low income households. And that's what we can do with developer agreements on that. The project will provide high quality commercial space for our downtown area to support the needs of our growing community. To me, another truly exciting part of this project is the creation of our first downtown plaza. We all of us, the city of Millbrae, own a tiny portion of that lot. You'll know it as the loading dock when you drive past it. It's going to come back as our very first downtown plaza. And designs are in the work right now to make it a space that all of us will enjoy it, using in the future. I hope it'll have a fountain, it'll have drought-tolerant plants, but really and truly, it'll give us a place to have small venue events and a way to gather with each other that, as we learned through COVID, we want to spend that kind of time with us. This project should be breaking ground in the next year. We were hoping to break around this year, so let's just ask the feds to stop raising interest rates, because that is what's holding up a lot of the projects here in Millbrae, is the increase in interest rates. And it's holding up several housing projects in Millbrae. We did something else new this year. For the first time, Millbrae hired a lobbyist. And I want to say thank you to the Merksimer law firm. The first thing that we tried was to get permission from the state to put a ban on artificial turf. This is the first time we've tried doing something like that, and we were successful. So I'm grateful to staff, to council, and to our firm up in Sacramento who worked to get the governor to sign a specific bill giving local government control. Something the state is not good at doing right now, but they're giving us local control back, and that means we can work on our front yards and trying to keep water in our front yards so that we do not have the flooding that occurred on December 23rd, 2021. So all of these pieces fit together. But I just couldn't be more proud that Millbrae is learning how to stand up for itself. And at our first attempt out the gate, we're 1 for 1 on getting a law passed. It was exciting also to participate both in the end of 2022 and in 2024, our general plan update, specific plan, and the related environmental impact reports. Most people think they're really boring, but they are the lifeblood of our city. They are what are telling both your council and your staff what we should be working on. And frankly, telling the county what we as a community have voted to prove and do in our community on that. That we've submitted our first and second round drafts of self-certified 6-cycle housing element to the California Housing and Community Development Department, and I think we're this close to getting that approved. City staff has worked assiduously on these plans, carefully considering the goals of our unique community and the goals required by state and federal entities. All of these plans lay groundwork for the future of our city in the next 20 years and the work of the Millbrae community of tomorrow. The city has completed each of these projects and accomplishments, solving multiple problems with a single solution. I come with an eco-science background, so I couldn't be happier staff of how we don't just solve one problem with one solution. We look at a range of problems and solve them with the solutions that we're working on that. And that is the wave of the future. Sometimes we call it dig once policy. You don't just fix a sewer pipe, you fix a sewer pipe, the water pipes, you bring in fiber optics. At the end, you finish the street. So if you're wondering why sometimes work has happened and you're waiting for your streets, we're waiting to catch up. But that's all solving multiple problems with one project on there. And I am so confident in Millbrae's future before us. The future that we all want, which includes opportunity and security for our families, a rising standard of living, welcoming, safe neighborhoods, and sustainability. It is all within the plans that we've laid out and approved. By working together, we have already accomplished so much, and by continuing to work together, we can continue to maintain the community we are all so proud to call home. Now that's my formal statement. I'm going to give a huge shout out to, I'll be honest, I have 40 plus years in the environmental field, and I had thought my second time as mayor that I would get to work entirely on climate resiliency work, which means making sure we're safe from fires, heat waves, flooding, and other activities. And then things get taken out of our hands. And I think that's a reality with local government. You plan, we do our goals. The new goals will be coming up. Look for them. We want to hear from the public of what you want our fiscal year 24-25 goals will be. But we had our 23 and 24 goals, and things get in the way. But what I saw with the city of Millbrae is shock and hurt, but I saw you come together. And I saw you do research that was very valuable to me and to others in the community. And we may not all agree, but we stood together on that. And if we can maintain that and we can respect those who disagree with us, we can have an amazing 2024. And I firmly believe that we can all do it. And I am wishing the best of luck to next year's City Council and incoming Mayor Anders Fung and Vice Mayor Maurice Goodman, and all of us working together for the best. Housing is a rough thing, and Millbrae has been pro-housing and will continue to be pro-housing. And we hopefully will be breaking ground on a number of projects on that. But we need to work together because we also need to have the finances to fix our second in the worst roads and the second lowest funded school system. And with that, we need economic development, and we need all of us working together. So those are my off-the-cuff remarks on that. I thank you all for being here tonight. It has been an incredible year. Up, down, pressure, pain, new council members coming on board, a project that I hope that we're really going to be moving forward on, the East Side Specific Plan, which I think is going to redo our entire East Side and provide so many absolutely amazing things. So with that, I leave you on my last 21 days as mayor. Thank you for my year. Thank you to everyone here and to all of you in Millbrae. Have a safe and lovely Thanksgiving and happy holidays, and may we have a much safer and peaceful 2024. Thank you.